we have been joined in the studio by Betty Bona. She is a cancer survivor and an advocate, and thanks so much for your time on Newsnight to be interacting with her on her journey as a cancer survivor, and then hopefully you will be motivated or inspired at the end of this brief interaction. Thanks so much for your time on Newsnight. Now, you have such an amazing story to share. Tell us about that.
Well, thank you very much for the platform. I had cancer in January 2019. I was coughing, had series of cold, and then increased heart rate. I went for a scan, and there was a tumor in my mediastinum.
Yeah. If you can please get closer to the microphone. Perfect. It's okay.
And there was from the reports, it indicated that there was a big tumor, about 10 centimeters, on my heart, and it covered my left lung. So we were rushed to Korle Bu. We did biopsies. It was diagnosed that I had cancer. Then we were asked to go and shrink it because they needed to resect it, but it was too big to be done. So I was referred to Sweden Ghana Cancer Center for a radiotherapy so that it can be shrink and then later to be resected. When we got there, they told us that the radiotherapy wouldn't have much impact on it, so I have to be referred outside for further treatment. So we were referred to India, ACG. When we got there,
Okay, not to cut you, but then is it to say that at the moment, as at the time you fell ill, there wasn't any health facility in Ghana that could manage your condition? Is that the case?
Yeah, according to the doctor, they needed to resect it immediately.
Okay.
If it's thymoma, the first treatment was surgery. And with the nature of my tumor, we didn't have enough, the proper equipment to do the surgery. So we're asked to go to India. When we got to India, we had a PET scan, which we don't have in Ghana. So after the PET scan, the diagnosis changed again from thymoma to primary mediastinal B-cell lymphoma, which is a form of blood cancer. So that means I no longer need a surgery, but a chemotherapy.
Okay.
So we're scheduled to go through 6 cycles of chemotherapy. And I went through the treatment, which wasn't all that easy. And by God's grace, the tumor got vanished, and I came to Ghana.
It appears your story perfectly resonates with other persons who have cancer in Ghana, and then due to the constraint in our health facilities, they're unable to get the needed medical attention.
Yeah.
Tell us more about how easy or difficult it is to manage cancer in Ghana.
To be honest, it's very difficult and a bit stressful. I can remember we spent about 3 months in Korle Bu doing one test to another. You know, for the specialists, you see them weekly. At the cardio, I was seeing the cardiologist every Thursday. And then when you get the lab or the scan done, it takes a longer period before you get the results, which during all those times, the cancer was also growing. And unfortunately for me, the type of cancer that I had was an aggressive one. As at May 2019, the tumor was around 9 centimeters. When you got to India, 28 June, it has grew to 14 centimeters. And other serious symptoms had come in. I couldn't breathe well, my head was swollen, and it was very bad. And even the team of doctors we met over there, they confirmed that if you had delayed a day or two, there was nothing they could have done about it.
Okay, so in your case, are you able to tell how it came about? How did you get the cancer?
Actually, there's not a single cause for it, but according to them, most of the blood cancer is due to exposure to chemical pollution, lifestyle, eating well, and other things that when your immune system goes down, you get some of these things, because the blood cancer was coming from the lymph node, and then that's where it fights our infections. Yeah, it attacked the immune system. And where I was staying in Pong. It's kind of the industrial hub in Ghana. We are exposed to a lot of chemical pollution from the petroleum, gas, a whole lot. At night when you are sleeping, you just be smelling petrol scents. The welders around, welding metals, you have melting metallic scents and stuff. All these things, when they get into the air and you breathe in with your low immune system, these things can form cancer.
They're all contributory factors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So following that treatment, that extensive treatment you had in India, how is your condition? Is it permanently solved?
By God's grace, I'm doing much better.
Awesome.
Because at first I couldn't even talk as I'm talking to you because of the increased heart rate, and I couldn't breathe well. Okay. I talk a lot and I keep quiet.
Okay. In your submission, you mentioned this particular machine that partly necessitated your going to India. Tell us about that machine. How are we doing now as a country? Do we have it now?
We don't have it. That's a PET scan.
Okay.
And it hurts me so much that we are treating cancer here and we don't have a PET scan. I think all over Africa, it's only South Africa, which has two. And to tell you the truth, the hospital in which I was treated in India, they had about 6 PET scans in that hospital.
That facility
So how come Ghana, a whole country, don't even have one? And that PET scan, the purpose of it is to help treat cancer. It identified the cancer cells. When I got there, it was revealed that I didn't only have the tumor on my chest. I had some on my diaphragm, some in my kidney, two going up into my brain. With the CT scan, the normal CT scan couldn't pick them out because they were small. Okay. So imagine if I had the opportunity to be treated and then they removed the big tumor. I would have still not survived because these small one would have grew and then worsened my
So
condition.
that machine is very critical. It's something Ghana needs to get.
Critical.
Okay, so in your course of advocacy, what other things would you want to see get done so far as the treatment of cancer in Ghana is concerned?
I wish that we can all come together as a country. We should only depend on the government, but we should all come together and see how best we can get this PET scan for the country, and also how best we can also secure a cancer center. And one thing I also realized about my treatment was there was a supportive care for me. When you go through chemotherapy, you encounter a lot of side effects which need to be addressed immediately. So most cancer patients tend to lose their life because of some of these side effects. You might have gastritis. I had thrombosis and other medical conditions. So you have a supportive care that can easily attend to some of these crises. I think can help save life. And I want to assure my other cancer survivors and patients that don't fear chemotherapy. There's treatment. I went through a lot. People were telling me, don't go and do it, you die, you lose your hair, you lose this. I lost my hair, I lost my nails, I lost my skin and everything. But look at me now. They are all back now. So I want to tell people that there's hope in life after cancer.
Betty, you have such an inspiring story. And then thank God, you've pulled through, and then that's the most important thing. And we wish you the very best, and we urge you in your advocacy so far as the issue of cancer is concerned. So I have been speaking to Betty Bona. She is a cancer survivor and a strong advocate for that matter on cancer. So let's now do other stories. As ahead of the 12th February election of regional representatives